Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. If you're new, my name is Laurie, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Today's topic is all about your dissertation. I know for some of you this is still very far away, but for some it is the year that you have to go and write your dissertation. Writing your dissertation can be very overwhelming, so today I have a few tips to help you get through it. So the first thing I want to talk about is choosing your topic. If you're really lost and you really have no clue what you want to do your dissertation on, I was in that position as well. I had no clue. There were so many options I could choose from. I studied education, so it's quite broad what you could do. I googled some dissertation ideas. Now, you can't really go and Google, look for dissertations and do the exact same thing, but I would say just go and Google, type in your degree and then dissertation ideas, and hopefully there will be something that at least sparks your interest and you can go from there. The second thing you could do is brainstorm with your classmates. We all have classmates, we all have different ideas about different topics, and it's really good to have a little brainstorm session with a few classmates just to get some ideas rolling. And you know, some people might have a billion ideas and they're only going to be able to do one, so they probably won't mind if you do one of the other ideas. Then the next thing, if you choose your topic, I would suggest you make a mind map of your idea. So place your idea or your topic in the middle of a piece of paper and just write different directions or different topics within that topic that you find interesting, because what's very important in your dissertation is that you narrow it down. You only have a certain amount of words you can use, and so it's very important you choose a very specific topic, because otherwise you'll go way over the word limit, and that's something you don't want to do. Okay, so you've chosen your topic, and what now? I mean, this is the most overwhelming part. You have to start somewhere, and starting is usually the hardest part. I find starting on something very hard, especially on very big projects like your dissertation. It's very overwhelming. So what I would do first of all is make a plan. Break your dissertation up in little sections. Usually write your dissertation in chapters, and within those chapters you have little sections as well. You might be like me. I like to work on something and, for example, write an entire chapter in one go, but that's not for everyone. So make sure that you do something that fits your learning style. You might want to do bigger chunks in one go, or you might want to split it up in very small chunks. When you've planned ahead and you've got a rough idea what you want to do, start as soon as possible. Even if it's just doing research, you can't do enough research anyway. The more research you do on your topic, the better, but there will always be things that you haven't looked at or there's nothing to find on it. But the most you can do is start as soon as you can and do loads of research, and then set yourself deadlines as well. I did this together with my supervisor, so we set deadlines of when I would hand in certain chapters for him to check, and that worked really well. Because I was handing it in for him to check, I felt like I had to get it done before a certain date. I didn't meet all those deadlines, I'm going to be perfectly honest. It did give me a bit of a push to do the work. Now, another important thing is to not ask your friends how much work they've done, how far they are with the dissertation, and all of that, because the only thing that's going to do is stress you out. As long as you keep to your own schedule, as long as you're meeting your own deadlines, you should be perfectly fine. Now, as I said, I am someone I could do a big chunk of work in one day just because that's how I like to work. And there's one time I finished 4,000 words in one day, which, I mean, like, as I said, it's not normal, but it's how I work. And when my friend Bo would ask me, oh, how much have you done today? And I'd say, oh yeah, I've written 4,000 words, she would totally have a freak out just because she would compare herself to me. And you shouldn't do that, because in the end, we both handed it in at the same time. So don't compare yourself to your friends. What you should do is discuss your ideas, or if you're having any problems or obstacles whilst writing your dissertation, do definitely discuss that with your friends, because they are going through the same thing, so they'll probably have advice or tips, or they will know how to write a certain chapter. So definitely help each other, but don't compare yourself to one another. And the next thing is you can definitely discuss things with your supervisor, and you definitely should. And as I said, you should discuss like your certain deadlines and certain chapters, and if you're stuck, they will definitely help you. But what I found in my bachelor's degree is that I got marked down if I asked too much help. And that was definitely frustrating for me because it was the first time I actually wrote my dissertation, and I struggled loads. And as well, I wanted to finish my dissertation early because I wanted to go and study in Scotland. So I put myself under a great deal of pressure, and I didn't want to ask for too much help either because I really felt like that would mark me down a lot. My master's degree, I was fine. I did get help and it was all good, but I also had a bit more experience. So it will just depend on your university and how you're marked, but I would definitely keep that in mind. The next tip I want to give you, and it kind of combines more tips I gave earlier. Stop making excuses. This is not the time to go and vacuum the fridge or any other of those crazy things, because this is the time to write your dissertation. I know it's very hard, and I normally don't tidy my room that often, but I definitely did tidy my room every day when I wrote my dissertation. The important thing is just get started, and once you get started, keep going. And you will get there, it will all be fine, and you can do this, and don't make any excuses. Of course, if you're feeling unwell or anything like that, rest for a bit, but don't go and do unnecessary tasks just because you don't want to write your dissertation. So that's all the tips I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you soon. Bye guys!